Casey James, author of 5 internationally best-selling books, human behavioral specialist, fellow broadcaster extraordinaire, built the largest downline in the history of one of the world's largest multi-level marketing direct sales companies here in Canada, and is now the master trainer for Elysian. That's a very impressive background, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
How do you build a downline with 250,000 people?
Well, first of all, you have to have a passion, and you have
Right.
to have a purpose, and it's got to be defined. And when I saw the business when I did many years ago, I received mentorship, and that mentorship was the key for me. You know, being associated with the right people can really drive that behavior, and for me, that's what it was about. And today, you know, I'm excited about what I learned as a young 25-year-old man, and I can pass that on now.
Well, Casey, even more important than building a downline of 250,000 people in the world's largest direct selling company is coming back to do it again when you don't have to. And that's what I think our viewers will be really curious to find out. What procured you to come back to do it again in Elysian?
Well, one of the greatest things I experienced in the industry was actually watching the people pursue a dream. One of the most frustrating things that I experienced was people not being able to get past themselves, not getting the right training, the right insight, and arguably the right amount of skill sets to move that on. When I was approached by Elysian and the great founders and owners that were saying, hey, listen, we want to do this right, what would you do if you had that opportunity? I said, well, the most important thing is we need to give people a whole new mindset, a whole new set of skills. It's not just about moving a product or promoting a company, but it's about developing the skills and the value-added experience that a new person will have in building this business. As someone comes through our training systems, our objective is really, really clear. Let them come in and actually experience training so unique, so powerful, that they could literally experience a whole new level of skills. The skills that they'd never seen before, skills that they had never been exposed to before. And for us, if we could get people to actually use those skills to produce a better results, we're gonna see some magnificent things happen. So for me, why did I come back into the business? It was really simple. I saw a chance to come in and provide world-class training to an organization, to a company that, that I was doing in my professional career outside of the industry, but most people couldn't afford. So I said, let's make this so powerful, so generic that everybody could come in and afford it. And we made that system available today in the 28-day Mind Hack.
One of the things that I find really interesting about this company is the management team.
Yes.
You've got Mike Pine, Ironman, CNN, UFC.
Yeah. Some great owners, powerful people.
You've got Ray Grimm, Dick Simmons, yourself, Casey. It's fascinating. And I think surrounding, you know, as Napoleon Hill said, this think tank group with so many successful people, it creates this vortex that is unstoppable, led, of course, by Apollo and Rod.
Yeah. Well, that's subjective. First of all, the name Mastermind is really, you know, from the book, Napoleon Hill's book, as you know. And we believe that it's the culmination of all those people coming together. I often say that when one and one are joined, it's actually 11, it's not 2. And what we believe is that if you can bring the best synergies of people together, you can produce outstanding results. What we're really looking for is discovering the unique abilities and talents in people and then putting them together synergistically to produce a much larger result. If we can get new people to come in and we can target that unique talent and ability and show them how to use that in a new way, such as what we're doing here with Elysian, we can produce amazing results for them in their lives, and we can be a catalyst for them to discover that potential.
This is so cool. So you are a human behavioral specialist, 5 best-selling books. Leave us with a Casey James-ism piece of wisdom.
Well, the quote that really sits the most in my heart is a quote that says, there's no force more powerful in your universe than the need to remain consistent with your expectation of self. And if that's true, and it is, that presupposes something, which is the question, where does expectation of self come from? And I've discovered after 25 years in the industry and obviously studying personal professional development now for 50 years, what I've realized is that there's 3 driving behaviors. There are 3 driving forces. The first is what we call environmental force, the force of what environment you surround yourself in. The second force of what you're viewing, listening, and reading. But the real force is what we call peer group. You are who you associate with. You put yourself in a peer group, a group of people that will dynamically affect the way that you see, feel, think, and expect about your own personal life. Why am I a believer in Elysian? Well, like you said, look at the resume of all the people that are approached and are part of this vision. This is big. This is a big deal. I'm excited to be here because I realize that if I can immerse myself in this type of talent, that I'll see and create the type of results I've been looking at. I'll see and create those results that I've been looking to create for years and years and years in the old industry, which I couldn't because of the associations. And today we've got those associations now, they're available now, and we can make things happen in a big way.
I want to hire you and have you come over and mentor my kids.
Right.
Justin, Josh, and Joel. Jesse and Jill. We were too stupid to come up with any other initials. But I've got a better idea.
Yeah.
I'm going to put them in Elysian
Yes.
and make it work, and they'll have you.
Right. Well, they'll have access to it.
They'll have access to you. Fantastic. Casey James, thank you.
Thank you.
A real pleasure.
Yeah.
Casey James, coast to coast, worldwide. You're dialed into the good life, learning about Elysian.